The next one, question number 6. Which of the following statements are true for the given text? So there are 4 statements that have been given to us and we need to pick those that are true and then go for the correct choice which mentions or contains those statements. The first one says 2022 is fast becoming the most successful year for Indian exports in terms of marine products. 2. The Director of Marine Products Exports Development Authority is Mr. A. Jaibal. Is it true? Check. He is Joint Director. And what does this say? He is Director. Okay. The third one. Mr. A. Jaibal is sure that India will grow as an exporter of marine products. And the fourth statement is there is most demand for India's marine products in the US. Okay. So, that 2022, this year is fast becoming the most successful year for Indian exports in terms of marine products. We can go for. Why? Because it's given here that exports have reached an all-time high, and throughout also we've been given some information to corroborate that or to confirm the same. So 1 is certainly correct. Now I already pointed out that there is some problem with the second statement because he is not just the director, he is a joint director. Okay, so when this word is missing, we cannot consider true as factual or correct. The third one says that Mr. A. Jaibal is sure that India will grow as an exporter of marine products. We did not get this kind of information. What did he say? He has explained, he said in a statement that India's exports of marine products grew 30% compared to the previous year in value terms. The compound annual growth rate in the past decade has been so much. Then he further explained that India has exported marine products to 121 countries. India exported so many countries, and among them US was the top destination. Now all this does not point out to the fact that he is certain that India will grow as an exporter of marine products. India has already grown to a large extent. So this is not correct. There is most demand for India's marine products in the US. This makes sense because it's stated here the US being the top destination with exports worth 3,315 million US dollars. Okay. So statements 1 and 4 are true and 2 and 3 can be eliminated. Okay, we have this in option B and we can eliminate the remaining. So B is the suitable choice for this question. Which of the statements do you think does not support the author's idea in the passage? Does not support. So again another odd man question. We first eliminate 3 that support the author's idea. A. A nursery school teacher's extreme attempt not to offend authorities during holiday time. This supports the author's idea, so we eliminate it. B. The visible signs and festivities were not inconspicuous in America. Were they? The author stated everything on the contrary. To the contrary, he says there were no visible signs of festivities because the author clearly says that authorities had asked people to ensure that the minorities did not feel estranged or different from them, and therefore this is the correct answer here. Okay, because this does not support the author's idea. We'll check the remaining to confirm this. Prohibition of candy canes since they were obviously holiday shapes. Yes, so eliminated. D. The conventional etiquette of the season was discouraged in public. The author has mentioned that school van drivers were asked not to greet people or children with Merry Christmas, and so this supports the statement in D. We get B as the answer to this question. 34. The last sentence in the passage conveys that the writer. So the last sentence, we go back to it. My Christmas in Wiltshire may have been wet, but at least it felt like a real Christmas and not like this kind of anodyne travesty disinfected of all reference to what the holiday is about. So in simple words, the author is telling us that he may have celebrated Christmas away from America. Probably that was his place of stay or residence, but he felt that he celebrated Christmas the way Christmas is to be celebrated, and not in any form were any of the activities associated with Christmas objectionable. Okay, so let's go back to the question. The last sentence conveys that the writer tacitly approves of the way Christmas is approached in America. No, he disapproves of the way it is celebrated or it is approached in America. It's not celebrated as it needs to, according to the author. Disagrees with the views and opinions of Andrew Stephen. We cannot say that the last part of the sentence conveys this, so we can eliminate this. C. Is content to have had his share of the season's revelry in Wiltshire. Exactly. D. Sympathizes with the religious minorities. He doesn't. C. For this question. Which of the following words from the passage most closely resemble the meaning anodyne and construed? So we came across anodyne here, and not this kind of anodyne travesty disinfected of all reference to what the holiday is about. So anodyne is something which nobody likes or people find objectionable. No, not this kind of anodyne. So something is unobjectionable, and that is anodyne. Something which you don't have any objection to is anodyne. And construed here. Construed, what does he say? Striped mint sweets in the shape of walking sticks. They could be construed as shepherd's crook. So construed means understood as something. Okay, now which of the following words most closely resemble the meaning of both of these words, anodyne and construed? So I told you construed is understood, and anodyne is something which people do not have an objection to. Pernicious and blatant. Pernicious is something which is very harmful or damaging, and blatant is something which is very bizarre. Okay, both of these are not suitable. Okay. B. Jilted. Jilted is somebody who has been ditched. Okay, and misinterpreted is something which is not understood the way it has to be. So this is also not right. C. Unobjectionable and interpreted. Understood means interpreted, and something to which you don't take an objection is unobjectionable. So we have C, in which the meanings are clearly correct, and we go with this. C says menacing. Menacing is threatening, and unequivocal is ambiguous or a lie or something which is untruthful. Okay, even this needs to be eliminated. 36. What parts of speech do the words religious, travesty and temporally belong to? Religious is an adjective. Okay, we use religious to describe a noun. Religious customs, religious practices. So if customs and practices are both nouns and religious is being used to describe them, then what does religious become as a part of speech? It is a descriptive word or an adjective. Travesty, here, where did we come across this? Anodyne travesty. So anodyne means unobjectionable, an adjective, and travesty is a noun. And we have temporarily. So temporarily ends with ly and it's an adverb. So we have adjective, noun and adverb. Adjective, noun and adverb we find are there in the very first option. So we got the answer without much ado. Question number 37 now. Which of the following is the most appropriate title for the passage? So, throughout the passage, the author has discussed how in America, celebrating Christmas the way it needs to be or it should be celebrated is not being allowed, and that is what we have to keep in mind while choosing the title. A says abolishing Christmas, B Christmas past and present, C the ever changing tradition of Christmas, or B transcending beliefs. Now, transcending beliefs is too general, easy to eliminate. The ever changing tradition of Christmas. The author has not discussed how Christmas traditions keep changing. So, this is also irrelevant. Christmas past and present. Well, the author does mention that he enjoyed celebrating Christmas the way it should be. So, it suggests that from the beginning, okay, since times immemorial, Christmas has been celebrated that way, but Christmas past and present doesn't quite match up. A. Abolishing Christmas is more meaningful and effective because the author clearly has mentioned towards the end that here, not at the end, here he says that minorities that Christmas in America is now most definitely not politically correct and in some cases literally illegal. So, from these words, we understand that the title, a suitable title can only be Abolishing Christmas.